Hey guys, it's Jamie. So the day has finally come where I get to build my own PC and I'm taking you guys along on that journey with me. It's going to be really fun. I'm quite nervous. I've not built a PC before, but I do know enough to be able to do this, so don't you go telling me that I'm an idiot. I'm going to go over each part and explain why it is I got that part and where you can get it, etc. And then we're going to get to the good bit, the actual building of it. I'm going to do it with the assumption that you guys can find out elsewhere on how to build your PC. This is just showing you how I am going to be building my PC. I'll put some very useful links to videos and tutorials in the description where you can actually learn how to build a PC, because I'm not the best guy to teach you how to do that. Again, just reiterating, I'm no professional. If I do something that seems a little bit iffy, don't copy me, please. So with that out of the way, let's get right into the parts. Okay, so we're just gonna go in order of what I got first, and the first thing I bought was the Corsair 750D full tower case. I chose this case purely because of its minimalist feel, its beautiful aesthetics, and it's not too in-your-face gamery, which is one of the things I'm trying to avoid, as to me that kind of just feels a little bit cheesy. It has a beautiful brushed aluminium front with a full window on the side so you can see all the goodness on the inside. I do really recommend this case if this is the sort of look you're going for. Unless you're doing a huge massive water-cooled project where you're going to be filling the case up with a billion things, then I don't recommend getting the 900D, as it's just freaking huge. The 750D is a very big case in all respects. It's about twice the size of my old PC I have down there. This PC is very old, bear in mind, but usually things get smaller as technology goes on. This thing just gets bigger. But I'm really happy with it. It's a great case and I highly recommend it. The second thing I got was the P9X79E motherboard from Asus. It is a workstation class motherboard, so it's a little more expensive than the actual P9X79, but it really is designed for high-end PCs, not so much gaming. I will be gaming on this computer, but more so editing, rendering, and using it as a workstation. I feel like this was a better choice. It's more future-proof. If I want to upgrade and add more graphics cards, I won't run out of PCIe slots. Overall, the board is just a much better build quality, and I feel like sometimes spending a bit more on something's justified if you're really looking for the quality. The next thing I got was the BenQ 24-inch TN panel monitor. This is a great monitor for gaming specifically. It's the closest display I could find with accurate color reproduction like a IPS panel would. TN panels tend to be a lot less expensive, but are known for having really bad color reproduction. This monitor isn't the best, but it's very good. For its price, I'm extremely pleased with it. I've been using it for the past couple of weeks. I wholly recommend this as a sort of happy medium, at least as a starting monitor. I will obviously be buying an IPS panel in the future when I can afford it, but for now, this screen does perfectly. The next on the list is the Corsair Vengeance K95 with Cherry MX red switches. It's a mechanical keyboard, so it took a bit of getting used to, but after a week or so of using it, I'm very comfortable with it. I really like it. I'm not sure whether I would have preferred brown switches. I've never actually tried anything other than this keyboard, so I don't really have much to go on here, but it's a very nice keyboard. It lights up well, you can program stuff. Again, I'm not going for a huge spaceship gamer alien look. I'm just going for something plain simple that fits in with my whole minimalist theme. Next we have the processor. This is the Intel i7 4930K processor. I'm not sure whether this is going to be overkill, but I feel like this is one of the best performing processors for your money on the Haswell chipset. A lot of people have asked me why I've chosen this setup as opposed to X79, which came out recently. To be completely honest with you, I hadn't heard of X79 when I purchased my motherboard, which probably was a bit hasty of me, but I feel like, yeah, it's the newest technology. You've got all the DDR4, the processor's a bit cheaper for the same speed, if not better, but then your RAM's more expensive. Yes, it's faster, so I'm not sure it's worth sending all my parts back to spend sort of equal money on something slightly faster. I just think what I've got is very good. It's still very fast and will do me for the foreseeable future. As it works with Apple products, the next thing comes out almost just as fast as the previous thing comes out. I'll just wait, I'll skip a generation, and then we'll get the X2000 million and 9. So having chosen Haswell, we can only use DDR3 RAM, which is still very fast. As I said, this is 2133 MHZ. I don't know how to say that, but it's fast, it's good. But it's fast, it's great RAM. I've only got 16 gigabytes because I ran out in my budget. So in the future, upgrades are a thing. This is one of the things that made me want to get a PC, was the fact that you can upgrade really easily. So in the future, I'll just buy another one of these 16 gigabyte kits, throw it in, and we got 32. Double that, got 64. We rollin'. Next in line, we have the solid state drive. This is a 240 gigabyte Intel 730 series drive. I don't know too much about solid state drives. I just know that Intel looks good. Honestly, that is pretty much it. Someone recommended me this drive, so I got it. And it's Intel. I don't think you can go wrong with them. I hope. Next we have the hard disk drive. This is a 3 terabyte Seagate Barracuda, I think it's called. I'll have links in the description or a thing to the PC part picker, so you can have a look at this drive. The reason I didn't go for the 4 terabyte is because this one's slightly faster. Yes, you sacrifice some potential space for not that much money, but I really need something that is fast, rather than just being able to store more. And hell, 3 terabytes is quite a lot, and for the price of optical drives now, you can throw in 4 of these for not too much money, and be running at what, 12 terabytes. Eventually I would like to have 2 of these in RAID 0 as a scratch disk, so that all your temporary files from After Effects or Premiere Pro get stored on there, and then you have a separate drive in RAID 10 which keeps your data safe to use as your capture disk. So all your footage and stuff that you won't delete will go on there, and stuff that you're using just for your current project would go on here. A quick explanation of RAID. RAID 0 spreads the data across 2 hard drive disks, so effectively it means the computer can access the data faster, so that would be perfect for the scratch disk because Premiere needs to pull information off the drive really fast. Obviously you could use solid state drives, but that's going to cost you a hell of a lot of money at this point in the technology world. And I believe it's RAID 10 that just keeps a copy of your data on each drive, so you can have one drive fail and then your data is safe and you just replace that drive. Again, I'll put a link in the description explaining RAID in more detail if you're interested in that. Next on the list we have the graphics card. I have done a video on this graphics card, which you've probably already seen. There's a link to it right here if you want to watch that. This graphics card only came out just last week. Originally I was going to get the 780, I believe, or the 780 Ti, I can't remember. But then I heard this was coming out, so I had to get it. It was actually cheaper and yet still faster and better. So 970, you're my baby. 970, it's my baby. The mouse I chose, I've actually had for quite a while, a couple of months now. It's just a Logitech MX Performance mouse. I really like it because I've got big hands and I need a big mouse. I can't be dealing with these tiny little things because it's too fiddly. This fits my hand. In fact, I have it right here. Fits nicely in my hand. It's a very nice mouse. It feels great. It's rubber on the side here for your thumb. There's a few buttons if you need them for gaming. This is actually a button as well. And the scroll wheel has an option of going like that or like that, if that makes any sense or whatever. Yeah, so great mouse, highly recommend it. Next on the list is my power supply, also known as a PSU. This thing is a Corsair 860i. It's very heavy. I chose this one purely because I know that I will be expanding my system in the future. At the moment, PC Part Picker predicted that it would only, that's a freaking tongue twister, that one. PC Part Picker predicted that my system would only put out about 400 watts or 500 watts, something around that area. But if you add another graphics card, more RAM, God knows what else, it's gonna be creeping up to around 700, 800 watts. So I chose this purely because I know that I will be upgrading in the future, and I just like to have the option rather than wasting money and having to buy a better power supply down the line. Last but not least, we have the CPU cooler. This is again from Corsair. This is the H100i. It's good. A lot of people use this cooler, so I won't go into too much detail. It's a liquid cooler. Although one thing that no one has ever addressed or touched on is whether the liquid comes inside it, so we're gonna find out. I think the liquid is inside it, because why would you fill it up? You know what? I don't know this stuff. So yeah, it just makes things very cool, and it looks cool. It's got a thing that lights up, and we're all for things that light up. Am I right? I'm right. Okay, that's just about everything. I hope I've not missed anything out. Oh yeah, LEDs, they're coming soon, but hell, I haven't. I want to see if the computer works first. So yeah, we're gonna go straight into the build of this thing. I'm gonna do a time lapse. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It's gonna be a lot of work, I know, and I'm probably gonna encounter so many problems. So anyway, let's go. And it's done. At least I think it's done. We don't know if it works, and that's what we're about to find out. It was a nightmare, to say the least. The initial building of it was not hard. Putting everything in there, easy peasy. Your thermal paste, because we used some alcohol stuff with coffee filters. This is like H2O alcohol, I don't know, with the coffee filters, and we just rubbed off the old thermal paste from the cooler and replaced it with a new thermal paste, which is somewhere under this mess. Here it is, this stuff. I'm not sure what it is, I just got it in Maplins. I hope it works, I really do. The hard part though was the wires. Like, these things are great, they're black, you know, they're discreet, they look good, but they're terrible if you have no idea where to plug them. Like, I've never done this before, so I don't understand what this is. So, oh, did I just break something? Nope, that was a screw. Okay, I need to clean up, but yeah, we're gonna turn it on and see if I've created life. Here it goes. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a thing, that's glowing. That's very blue. Oh wow, that's satisfying. All the fans are running. No fire. Ooh, that's pulling out quite some graphics cards are spinning. Not too sure why. Can I have some screen, please? I want to see what you see. Huh. DVI. Ah! There we go. CPU fan error. Press F1 to run setup. Why is there error? I don't want none of that. We have a mouse? Oh, we do. We can do stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. You doing your thing? Things are doing. 16 gig, good. DDR3, that's installed. i7 4930K at 3.4 gigahertz. It works. Woo, that's everything.